Hello. You okay?
Yeah, just bear with me, man. Here we go.
Onto the TV. Hi mate, you alright? Good. Seeing you again. Everyone's here. You okay?
John, hello. You've had a couple of training sessions now under Gareth Southgate. What are your observations of the new man?
It's been quite similar, to be honest. Obviously working with him in the under-21s. He's always been around the place and coming into our dressing room, seeing all the senior boys, while he was with the 21. So it's all familiar faces, really, which is it's good to come in and feel relaxed in your environment still. Knowing how he works, and he all knows us, obviously, coming to many Premier League games, I'm sure. And it's been a good few days, and all the boys are getting on well, and really enjoying it.
You didn't feature in the Euros. Under Sam, you came straight back into the starting 11.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a different man. Do you feel, in a sense, although you know him, that you've got to prove yourself all over again?
Yeah, definitely. Always, week in, week out, even with your club, everyone's fighting for that starting spot, and I think that's how it should be. You work hard and deserve to be in the starting 11, and that's what everyone's doing here. And it's just brought from our clubs, really, and it's always healthy competition, which is great.
Now, it has been a difficult time for England football. This will be the third different manager in 3 games. As a young player, how do you deal with and cope with that?
Just keep playing football, I suppose. It's all we can do. Getting called up for your countries, it's the biggest honour you can get as a player, and we want to come here and work hard and get victories for us and for the nation. And the managers that we've had have always made a big impact straight away, including Gareth, over the past few days. And as I say, we can only come and work hard with new methods, new ideas, and try and implement those out on the training pitch. And when the game comes, we'll be fully focused on that. Whoever's in charge.
Has Gareth spoken to the players individually?
Yeah, always does. Meal times, downtime. He's always making time to spend a few minutes, 10 minutes, whatever amount of time it is, to see how you are and how you're doing at your club football, and what he expects from you here. I think we all know what we expect from each other, but it's good to have a one-on-one conversation with the manager and see what his thoughts are and where we are moving forward.
At a time like this, how important are the experienced players like Wayne Rooney?
Oh, massive. I don't think you get, 115 plus caps now he's got, and experienced player that knows the game inside out. And not only him, there's could fire a few names off, but yeah, they're massive for me personally, and the young boys that are coming through, giving us pointers in games, situations, and when things aren't going well. They've been there and been through those experiences before, and it's kind of new for us in some respects. So they're massive to the group, and it's great that we all get along, no matter what age you are, club you play for. If you're a new player to the squad, everyone seems to gel in quite quickly, which is great, and I think we've got a great team spirit about us.
In your mind, then, Wayne Rooney's still very much a key man for England?
Yeah, definitely. He has been over the years, and every player goes through the up and down patches, and Wayne's always fully focused when he comes here, and as I say, a key player, as is everyone in my eyes in the squad. And I think you could see that from the last game when we scored late, how much it meant, not just on the pitch, off the pitch, we watched it back, and the bench all celebrated, the staff included, which I think shows a great unity about the team.
I think you're the third youngest in this squad, but there is one 3 years younger than you, Marcus Rashford. How impressed have you been with him?
Massively. From playing against him, from when he first got called up, and obviously he went back to the 21s and played well there, and he's got called back up. A great, exciting young player, and one that brings something different to the team, which is great. The depth in our team is massive, and it's always giving the manager a good headache, I suppose, to have that threat in the team.
Just wonder if you reflect on the partnership you had with Gary Cahill last time out. I mean, as I say, you're one of the youngest, he's one of the most experienced. It looks like an effective combination. Do you see that working for England and developing? Yeah,
I'd like so. Always playing with an experienced player is good. Learning new things with whoever I play with. If it's Jags, Chris, or sometimes you're not going to play and the manager's choice, and watching from the sidelines, watching those guys and trying to improve off them, I suppose, because they've been here, got a lot of caps and played a lot of games at the club as well. So whatever partnership plays for England is always a strong one, because the training that we do and how we work in training is always different combinations, so we all know how each other play.
And do you feel a better player? Do you feel Pep Guardiola's improved you, even though it's obviously only been a few weeks, as it were?
Yeah, definitely. Even when I was at Everton, I still felt I was improving, even though we weren't getting some results. But it's a new chapter for me, and I'm enjoying myself and trying to take in as much as possible and learning every day.
And just one last one from me, John. Do you feel that with Gareth getting 4 games, that this is an opportunity for the players to really sort of play for him and get those results to make it almost a formality that he gets the job full time?
Yeah, I mean, for any manager that's been here, Roy and Sam, it's always the same. We always want to win for us, for the coaching staff, for the fans, for everyone that's involved in England. And definitely for Gareth now, while he's here with his coaching staff, and it's going to be an exciting 4 games, and hopefully moving forward it's going to be good for the future as well. Thank you.
Hi John.
Hi mate.
Obviously the events of the last 10 days have been turbulent, but these are 2 games coming up now that England will be expected to win. How important is it that the squad retains focus on the football now?
I think we spoke about this last night. We're always expected to win. We want to win, and as a team, as a nation, I think that's a given now. We know that there's going to be tough times in games, and it's how we sustain that, move forward, and try and utilise all the players that we've got to beat the opposition. As I said to Nick before, that the depth in the team is great, and gives the manager a big headache to select the team, and we always want to win and hopefully put us in a good position in the group.
What's the mood and the spirit like right now? You're going into your first game at Wembley since the Euros. How are things?
Great. I heard that Wembley's going to be a sellout. It's exciting times for English football again. I think personally, after the Euros, we were, obviously upset. Had a lot of time to reflect on it, and got a good win in away from home, which is, it wasn't an easy place to go. And as I say, going back to Wembley and home ground, and we'll definitely give our all and work hard in training this week to gear up to that game. And
for yourself, John, what's the anticipation like for this season for you, both for club and for country? Because it looks like a really exciting time for you. You obviously have a stellar manager at club level as well. What do you demand of yourself this season?
Try and set a high standard. and keeping consistent in playing games is always massive. You know, when you're out of the team, you try and get back into the team, and trying to hold down a starting spot, which, you know, as I said before, is always good because there's healthy competition within the team. But keep on progressing as a player and a person as well, on and off the pitch, and you know, I want to keep developing and keep winning games and keep improving in that respect to help me bring it into England, if possible.
We talk a lot in the media, don't we, about leadership. Are there enough leaders in teams? Gareth has said that Wayne is the natural leader of England. How do you consider your own leadership skills? Is that something that can be honed?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone in their own right is a massive leader for England. You know, there's obviously Wayne with the captain's armband, and there's 10 other leaders out on that pitch, which is a great characteristic to have in a team. That there's not just one. There's 10 other players that are all on the same page and all fighting for each other. I believe the more there is in the team, the stronger you are going to be together, and hopefully achieve what you want to achieve.
Hi, John. Does it help you that you're playing for a central defender or former central defender as manager?
Yeah, I think so. His qualities that he brings to the team are not just the defensive side. He's got a great attacking mind as well for the forward players, and you know, an overall gives a rounded opinion about every position, which I think is important. As a manager, he knows his players well, and as you say, he was a defender, which is good for me personally, learning little tips off him when I do things wrong in training. So it's always great to have his advice and have his backing out on the training pitch.
You've always looked at a very assured player from a very early age, but do you feel a more confident player this season, having worked with Pep Guardiola at Man City?
Yeah, my confidence has never dropped, to be honest, but you know, I'm trying to express myself in how I play, and as I said before, just enjoying my football, and you know, the winning helps when the boys are scoring the goals, and keeping clean sheets is always massive for defenders. But yeah, it's been a good start for us. As I say, enjoying my football and trying to take in as much as I can and learn a new style of play, I suppose, with new teammates and a new club.
And just finally, I know the fans who went to Slovakia saw a victory, but the wider England public will be at Wembley this weekend. Do you feel the players maybe owe them a performance after what happened in the summer?
Yeah, I think every time we go out on the pitch, we owe the fans a good performance, and not because of what happened in the summer, but for ourselves and as you say, for the fans, we want to go out there and win every game, and you know, in football that's not gonna happen. It's anything unexpected can happen in games, and but all we can do is give our all out there and try and put on a good show and show that we've given everything if we walk off the pitch.
Thanks, John. John, just sort of further from that, and there are a lot of disillusioned fans, I think, out there, just obviously not just because of what happened in the summer, but because of what happened last week with football, the game. So what can the players do, what can the team do to try and inspire those fans who are a little bit disillusioned with England right now in the FA?
I think as players, we've got to keep doing what we do, and I think that's why we get called up for England, because you know, we're playing well at club football and we're trying to bring that form into England. As a respect of the manager, it's exciting. We're all trying to impress and show him what qualities that we've got for him to pick the team, and hopefully, you know, as I said before, go out and show the fans that we're giving 100%, which is a given from every player here, to go out and win and win in style as well.
And you've worked with him. If you were to boil down Gareth Southgate's qualities to, well, a couple that have always stood out to you, what would they be? He
brings a great calmness to the group. he's always talking to every player individually, which is a good characteristic, I think, to have as a manager. You know, to spend a bit of time and give advice to individuals, but also, you know, every manager speaks to the team as a collective. But I think that the lads really appreciate when he speaks to you one-on-one, gives you advice on good and bad things, which we all know we've got to improve. But mainly the winning streak in him. You know, we all want to come here and win things, and obviously, you know, didn't happen in the summer, but it's almost a fresh start leading up to the World Cup, and take it game by game in the group stages, and you know, 2 good wins will put us in a good spot in the group.
He's got the toughness, has he?
Yeah. Being a defender, I think it's almost born into him. Every player and every manager knows when to have the ruthless streak in telling the players what they need. Sometimes not what they want to hear. And obviously I've experienced that in the 21s when I played there, that being in situations in games where we weren't playing well, or we weren't doing what he wanted, and he'd come in at half time and tell us, and we've always turned it round in that respect, which is a great quality to have.
I was just wondering, do you feel there's more pressure on the players given so much riding on these 4 games?
I wouldn't say so, no. You know, going back to it, we can take one game at a time. I'm sure you heard that many times, but I think if you get ahead of yourself, you're not going to be fully focused on the challenge in front of you. The game against Malta at Wembley's, as I said, sell out. It's going to be a big occasion for us personally, back on home turf. Obviously the new manager, and exciting times for us as players as well. You know, it's a different chapter and a new challenge ahead of us.
Will there be any nervousness on Saturday? Going back to some of the questions before on hangover from the Euros.
I don't think so, no. If there was any from many players, I didn't see them in the last game. And if there was, I'm sure it's obviously been shrugged off. And going back to the last game, I think how we won, you know, in the dying stages, it was is what we deserved. And I think it shows the heart and desire that the players have when they play for England, and are willing to fight until the end to get that victory.
And from what you know of Gareth, do you think he could be a permanent manager? You're one of the few who's played maybe the most for him as 21s. Yeah,
definitely. I couldn't see why not. He knows all the players. He's been in the setup, and he's been great for the 21s while I've been there, and obviously in the summer he got silverware. And obviously it's a new chapter for him. It's a new challenge for him, and I'm sure he'll be relishing coming here, working and trying to do his best in these 4 games, and whatever happens after that, it's down to the FA.
John, you touched on it earlier about leadership. Wayne Rooney said he's going to be stepping down as captain after the World Cup campaign, and you've been touted as a potential replacement. How does that make you feel, and to have that sort of lauded on you at such an early age?
To be honest, I don't really think about it too much. I honestly, I'm just, you know, enjoying playing for my club, and coming here and playing games and winning caps it's all that any England players wanted to play for the country. So, you know, if that does happen in the future, then, you know, I'd obviously be over the moon, and it's every little boy's dream, I suppose, to have that status. But right now, to be honest, I don't take too much notice about it.
Do you believe there's leaders in the squad that are here at the moment to replace Wayne?
Yeah, definitely. Going back to it, there's 10 out there on the pitch, not just the captain, which is another headache for the manager, I suppose. But you know, Wayne's been the captain for a few years now and done a great job, and I think he respects the players around him that have got the leadership qualities as well, which is you know, credit to him that he's got a lot of the pressure on him, and which comes with being the captain, and he relishes that, relishes being in that situation. So, you know, the other 10 that are out on the pitch we're all working as a team to help him out and help each other out as well.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.